What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a very special edition of Inning Intermissions. I'm excited to announce this is our first crossover episode. Tell us who you are.
My name is Sam Nunez. I coach here at the school. I coach varsity boys soccer and varsity girls soccer. And then I work here in the building too. So,
let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not being biased, but best coach in the MCC, maybe even the state. So take that to all the other coaches out there.
Got a long way to go.
Hey, so tell us, how long have you been coaching soccer in general?
Yeah, so I've been coaching now, man, 7 years. Really, I started at the high school level. So 7 years for the boys and 6 years for the girls. I jumped on the girls program the second year after I was here. So I'm still fresh, man. I got a long way to go, like I was saying.
Dude, that's a long year for you.
Yeah,
because you got fall and then you got spring, right?
Yeah, man. And then my job's a little different. So I actually work year-round, my contract.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it feels long. Winter time is definitely the downtime. But,
for sure.
Yeah, it feels long. But I enjoy it, man. When you love the sport, it doesn't feel like a job.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
That's good. So what inspired you to become a coach to begin with?
Yeah, man. So honestly, I gotta be honest. I'm not one of those kids that was like in high school and they knew like I want to be a coach. You know, that wasn't me. But I definitely always loved this sport. I think that's where the root of it starts. I think back to soccer, being a little kid, it was always on at home. Like it's like a family occasion, especially in a Hispanic household.
Yeah, yeah.
The game's on, barbecue, carne asada, and you just live in those emotions as a game. Like I remember seeing my dad shed tears when Mexico would lose like World Cups, you know.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then after the game, he's watching the talk show after, you know, talking about breaking it down, analyzing. So I think just growing up around the game, I learned to love it, and I still see that in my life nowadays, the way I watch it and analyze it.
Yeah.
And so when I graduated college, I never thought like I'm gonna work here at Chihuahua, but that opportunity opened up. Before I actually took the job in building, I accepted a job as a coach. So I kind of just went into it like, I don't even think I thought, what if you don't get a job in the building? I just didn't care. I just was like, wow, I get to be part of the program again.
Sure.
And I think that's what sparked my interest. Once I got in the building and got to see the kids there, you know, on a daily basis, I just thought, man, this is something I want to do for a long time. You
That's
know?
awesome.
And so I'm happy as ever doing it now for 7 years. It's crazy to say that, but so that's kind of what sparked my interest. Once I started doing it, I just started loving it.
That's super cool.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
You mentioned growing up watching the World Cups with Mexico and maybe some losses that were hard. Who's your favorite team? Who are you watching on a regular basis?
So definitely the best league, I think any soccer fan would be able to say this confidently, is the Premier League. It's in England. And my favorite team is Arsenal. They're out of North London. I started liking them probably when one of my favorite players from Mexico was joined the team back, like this is probably 2012 when I was in high school. And just loved them, watched them in and out. But now that I've started coaching, it like opened up another side of like the analytics, like I was talking about, just watching games and trying to watch not people on the ball but off the ball, and just seeing the sport from another lens. So Arsenal, Premier League is the best league, and that's my favorite team.
That's awesome, dude. I love it.
Definitely the national teams too, you know, Mexico, USA.
Yeah,
for
come
sure.
on.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the most rewarding aspect of coaching high school soccer?
Yeah, man, I think the best part is probably seeing kids come in as freshmen and seeing them grow and develop, you know, the 4 years that you have them. And that's kind of the cool thing about high school. Like, you know, you miss them, they leave, and then more come in. And it's just like an ongoing process. And I think seeing that is special, seeing that growth. And I think also just hanging out with the kids on a daily basis, you know, being in the building and getting to see them not just on the field, but in the building, and getting to know them on a personal level is awesome, man. That's the best thing.
It's the relationship component.
Exactly, man. That's my favorite part.
I saw something today about how it's easier to coach kids hard when you have that relationship.
For sure.
When it's the other way around, right?
Yeah, there's already that bond there, and you can go a little deeper.
That trust.
Yes, for sure.
So favorite memory from coaching, let's say 13 seasons here at Chihuahua, maybe even maybe from a different season of life as well. What's your favorite memory of soccer from coaching or playing days?
I'll share a little bit of both. When I played here, the school had just opened, 2009. First year we were really bad and no seniors, you know.
That's tough.
Going all the way back, there was no seniors for any of the programs. And then the next year we went to state quarterfinals. That's actually the farthest we've ever been.
Really?
To this day. So that was cool being a part of that as a player. I scored in a state game here at home, so that was cool. And then but as a coach, man, the memories have been even better. My first year as a varsity assistant, we won the league. That was awesome for the first time ever for boys. That was cool. And then for the girls side, we've won it twice since I've been coaching, so that's been awesome. And becoming a head coach. And then also seeing one of the boys become an MVP, that was the first in the school's history. You know, being a young school, we're still kind of doing things like that. So it's cool to see those things happen and be able to say, like, I was part of that process and to just see that develop, you know. So beautiful, man. Yeah, it's been fun, and those are the most memorable moments for sure, man.
All right, I gotta ask you, you said you scored a goal.
Yeah.
So tell me your favorite celebration. You kind of it's a soccer thing, right?
Yeah.
Score a goal. What's your favorite soccer celebration?
Yeah, man. I think it's cool just to see guys have fun with it and be creative, but I think the most iconic one is when people hit it a game winner at the end and they just rip the shirt off. That's like it's known, you know.
And they got the flex.
Yeah, and it's just game over, bro. Like you call a game, you take your shirt off. It's been cool. We've seen it in high school a couple times, so I think that's the most iconic.
Hey, so you heard it here first. When they win state, his shirt's coming off.
not mine, please.
I'm just joking. Hey, so what would your approach be? Yeah. What's your approach, coaching strategy to motivating and inspiring your team, even if you're going through a rough patch?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think when you're winning, it's easy to overlook things, or just everything's kind of happy-go-lucky, you know. But we have conversations about this, me and Rodriguez back there.
He's back here right now.
Because he works in the building too, and when you lose, that's the opportunities when you can reflect and learn and grow from what you see on film or what we didn't do as well, you know. So I think in those moments, those are the ways you can inspire kids. Like, let's watch it and grow and learn from it. So that, and then I think just you know, that back to that relationship piece, just having the ability to connect with someone and inspire them to believe every day, like, come on, today's going to be our best day, 1% better every day, you know. So little things like that I think are the ways we can inspire and motivate the kids, man.
That's good. Well, let me ask you the question that I'm most excited about. There's a lot of soccer programs throughout the MCC and many other leagues around the state, and it's less about what makes you guys better. I want to ask you, what sets Chihuahua soccer apart from other schools? Like, what do you guys? What's the secret sauce?
That's a good question, man. You know, we still got a long way to go. We want to get better and better every year, every season. But I think what sets us apart here would have to be that relationship piece. I try my best to be a relationship builder, and it starts in the building as well. You know, I think what I've seen both in the boys and girls program is also there's kind of like a family culture here. I feel, you know, there's kids that have graduated and their parents are still coming to games, still being involved. I love seeing them, man, and I think seeing that family aspect, I think, is huge, and I hope that those two things are the things that makes us different. And we want to keep getting better, man. Definitely, if we haven't accomplished anything yet, we want to keep growing and keep pushing ourselves, you know. But as long as we're in it together as a family, I think that's beautiful, and that's something that is cool to see in games, you know.
I love it. I love that, what you just said. That was so good.
For sure.
All right, last question. You're off the hot seat, Coach.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I got a daughter who's 8 and I got a daughter who's 5. They're playing soccer. They just started. I get to coach them, so pray for them because I'm coaching them.
Hey, side note, I feel like everyone says, oh, I played soccer when I was 5, when I was 6. So I hope they keep going, man.
Hey, they will.
Keep them going.
My girl's gonna keep going. My wife's a big soccer fan. She played college soccer. She was awesome. Passed high back in the day.
Awesome.
And so I'm cheering them on. And I played 1 year soccer, indoor soccer. Played goalie for about 2 minutes, gave up a goal, and that was my career. But back to you though. Today's all about you. What advice would you give to a young soccer athlete, female or male, that's playing right now, whether they're 8 or whether they're 15? And what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, man, I think about this all the time. I got a 1-year-old at home and a 2-year-old at home. And
already kicking the ball?
Yeah, already kicking the ball. And we just lay them out in the living room and they're kicking them into the goal as best as we can.
That's good.
But and I got a younger brother who's in 8th grade right now. He'll be here next year, so that'll be fun to enjoy this sport with him here at the school. I think a lot about that question, and I think it comes down to one simple thing, like it's work ethic. Sometimes kids, like, they play on a team, you know, AAU basketball or club for soccer. And it's something you do twice a week, 3 times a week. But it comes down to work ethic, man. Like, if you really want something, not just soccer, but anything in life, how much time are you dedicating to it? I think that's big. But I think also at the pro level, like I said, I like to watch videos and just hear other people talk and gain knowledge, especially when it comes to soccer. At the pro level, they use these 4 pillars of developing a player, and they'll talk about what's someone's technical quality, so that's their ability on the ball, you know, the skills that you gain, like everyday drills in baseball, right? Or wrestling or basketball.
Look at that buff.
Everyday drills,
EGDs.
yeah, man. So that's one. Technical is one of the pillars. The other pillar is your physical ability, you know, taking care of your body as an athlete, just something that's going to help you in any sport, whatever you decide to do. You gotta, that's your tool. You gotta just use it to the best of your ability, take care of it, right? So technical, we got physical, we got tactical, which is your understanding of the game, understanding, like being able to watch a game and analyze, hey, this guy's moving here, or they're opening spaces like this when we attack, or they move like this when we defend. Just learning the game, and that comes through watching, studying your own film. And then the final one, I think, is something that sometimes people overlook, is the mental. You know, what is your mentality like? You know, are you strong-minded? Do you have positive self-talk? When tough adversity is going to happen in your life, like it's going to happen in anyone's life, how are you going to respond? And I think if you think about it, really, and this can apply to any sport, if you have those 4 pillars in any sport, that you're trying to do, or anything in life that you want to do, if you attack it that way, I think you're setting yourself up for success. But it's not going to come without hard work and diligence, one day at a time. You know, like talking about like Kobe, or people that were just mental like giants, you know, I think of just the ability to break it down and say, how can I get 1% better every day? And I think Kobe even says it comes down to like a math game, man. Like if you do the math, if you're training every day for a little bit, you're gonna make quantum leaps over the kid who trained twice a week for 2 hours, you know? It's just how bad do you want to work, and what's your work ethic like? I think that's what it comes down to, man.
I love the 4 pillars. We're gonna have to steal that.
Yeah, no, man.
I'm gonna talk to Sevi about
I want to teach my kids about that, and any kids who come through the program, like that's really what it comes down to. And I think I've shared those conversations with kids. Like, I love what we're doing here, what we do in season for 3 months. But if you want to see improvement, if you're a JV kid or a C-team kid who wants to be at the varsity level one day, what are you doing the rest of the 9 months out of the year? You know, it's in your hands.
What are you doing after practice?
It's in your hands, man. Each and every day, 1% at a time.
That's good, man. Well, hey, I appreciate everything that you are doing and everything you've done. And obviously, you guys are winning a lot right now, so props to you guys.
Thank you,
but at the end of the day, the culture that you've built, you can just tell from a fan from afar, is bigger than that. It goes back to the word family, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Fast and the
That's
Furious.
our chant, bro. Hawks on 3, family on 6.
Yes,
you know?
yes. And really quick, shout out to your social media people.
Oh, thank you.
Whether that's you or whoever.
It's me, but it's not without the help of a lot of other people.
It's top notch, man.
Man, I think that's one of the things that when I started being a coach, I know that that's huge now in our day and age, and kids deserve to be recognized.
Absolutely.
Man. One of my other goals is that if kids graduate from this program, I hope they look back and say, man, like that was the best experience I could have ever had. You know? And so that's another thing that I hope kids see when they come in and graduate and come support us afterwards.
That's awesome.
That's huge, man. And you guys are doing it too, man.
Hey, we're trying. We're trying. We're not to your level, but we're trying. So, well, hey, and then given that too, I want to say thank you for what you do every single day in that building right there.
Oh,
because
thank you, man.
That building, I always tell people, man, teachers are changing lives. They don't even realize it, right? And so when you're having a conversation with a kid in the hallway or a conversation out in the field, that plants seeds.
For sure.
So thank you so much. Sam, you're officially off the hot seat.
I got a curveball for you, though, man.
Okay.
I love that you've been doing this, and I've been watching the videos. What inspired you to want to do this and to pick coaches' brains and learn a little bit about them? Why did you want to do this?
Okay.
Curveball. I got another baseball pun.
See, this is the coach coming out of me. Taking control. No, I appreciate that. Honestly, man, here's the thing: is I love telling stories. And I love celebrating people like you, like Sevi. I love celebrating our players. I mean, I only do senior players, and then I try to do coaches now. And really, what I want people to get out of this is hope. It might sound cheesy,
I love that.
It might sound whatever, but I really do. I want people to see that our coaches put a lot of time and effort into their sport, and that's why I like doing the crossover with you, because I want to show people it's not any intermissions, it's a baseball thing, right? But I want to celebrate other coaches because I want people to see the quality of coaches that are leading our young men and our young women in this community here at Chiawana and other schools around the community. And I want to celebrate them, and I want parents and supporters to begin to see a new side to the coach, because I think if you maybe have experienced little bits at a time, sometimes there aren't the best emails or the best text messages or phone calls from the community members. And so at the end of the day, I just want to celebrate people, tell stories, and in a fun way, share some hope.
I love that, man.
At the end of the day.
That's awesome, dude. I think this is so cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that other people adopt things like this. Like you said, you're shedding a light on other people, their insights, and we can learn from everyone in our lives.
Man.
In every walk of life. So
I think I've taken away one thing from every interview. You hear a little nugget,
man.
like the 4 pillars today. I'm going to steal those 4 pillars.
That's awesome, man.
I have a separate podcast I do every single day. I'm going to steal that.
I love it, man.
So hey, man, I appreciate you.
So much, brother.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank
All right,
you,
drop
man.
the hot seat.
Yes, sir.